Dakesis are a 4-piece progressive metal band from Birmingham in the UK, with a reputation for electrifying showmanship, vast progressive storytelling, and enough pomp and circumstance to bring a smile to even the direst listener or viewer. Formed in 2008 with the release of a limited edition 4-track EP, they soon set to work on their debut album Trial by Fire, which was released in 2011 to much critical acclaim. 2016's sophomore album The New Dawn saw more progressive influences developing and the addition of powerful orchestral backing alongside new session pianist Jacob Underwood. And the Dakesis sculpted a vast instrumental soundscape to complement their heavier metal influences. With numerous headline tours under their belt, Dakesis are frequent faces on the festival scene. With performance at Bloodstock Open Air twice, including headlining the Hobgoblin stage in 2017, HRH Metal, Dames of Darkness, Power Metal Quest Fest, and many more. Now, on the 28th of March, we see the release of their third full-length album, Fractures, in an even more progressive musical landscape. The album release will be celebrated with a hometown launch party at an iconic asylum venue in the home of heavy metal, Birmingham, in the UK. Now, this feels like a big moment for Dakesis. They've been solidly and steadily building a reputation within the UK underground scene, and now with Fractures, it seems like they're ready to burst out into the light and potentially grab the attention of the mainstream. Simply put, it's time to start paying attention to Dakesis, as Fractures proves to be their finest work to date. A strong and emotional symphonic opening in EOS sets the scene perfectly, leading into Ends of Time Part 1 and Ends of Time Part 2. The first part delivering a vast and energetic slice of progressive heaviness. There's a lot of meat to the bones of Dakesis' sound, with bass lines that are thick and greasy, drums that serve up thumping slabs of noise, riffs that burn brightly in the mind, epic symphonic style vocals, and orchestral elements that add delightful layers to everything. A commanding start. Part 2 doesn't change that, with a flurry of guitars to get the epicness going. Once it does settle and the vocals arrive, it transforms ever so slightly to become a more catchy effort. The orchestral elements are outstanding here, and it would be doing this incredible effort a disservice if the thrilling guitar solo at the end wasn't also mentioned. This is the sort of music that pushes this band well into the light for all to bear witness to. Amazingly, we're just getting started though, as Overthrown delivers a bombastic metal melody and Chaos races along with the same high-powered energy that Dakesis throws into everything. Arguably the most radio-friendly track of the bunch, the thrilling catchiness of Serenity of Fear is the epitome of an earworm track. The Middle Eastern vibes it gives off mixed with their modern progressive heavy sound is absolutely killer. The more you listen, the more nuances you notice, and the more you find yourself loving it more and more. How do you follow that? With arguably the most symphonic and pageantry driven track of the bunch. Now, that's not a negative being aimed at Hold Forever, far from it, as it delivers a splendid piece of music. But at the end is in sight, sadly. But Dakesis certainly aren't going out with a whimper, with two final colossal efforts. First up is Legacy and Memory, a softer, slower and keyboard-driven track, a grand showcase of the vocals as everything else takes a backseat for the majority of the track. Then to wrap up one of 2020's best releases, Dakesis throw their all into a finale that'll make you feel 10 feet tall. It's hard not to overuse the word epic. But that's exactly what the title track is. The enormity of the guitars, the bass in particular, layered throughout like a thick vein. The vocals lifting the soul and turning dark thoughts lighter, while a slightly fractured rhythm keeps things perfectly on edge. Fractures is a wonderful release, and should go down in history as the moment Dakesis rose up to become giants of the scene. It's out on March 28th, 2020. Make sure you check this one out. Let us know what you think of it in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. You can check us out on GBHBL.com, as well as on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and Tumblr. Go to Patreon to help us out over there. That's patreon.com/GBHBL, as well as Big Cartel, where you can find some of our merchandise. We have a podcast running on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts. And of course, if you like this video, do us a favour, hit the subscribe button and help the channel grow. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?